Hello, everybody out there with type 1 diabetes. Today, I'm going to expand on my topic of does insulin make us fat? I talked about this 2 days ago, and I've had more views on that Facebook Live than any of my other 85 Facebook Lives that I've done now every day since the end of March when our new COVID world began. And I have been coming live to all of us out there with type 1 because I was just so moved by the heaviness of this new reality that we're all living in, and I just wanted to be a source of light and inspiration to you with type 1. I've had type 1 myself for 40 years. And so I work with patients all over the world. I help anybody that's struggling with the high and low roller coaster, or fears of lows or fears of highs and everything that comes with living with type 1, to help you confidently make better decisions so you can have a joyful and healthy life. So let's see, I'm on the high end of my normal today. I prefer to be below 120. I prefer to be 80 to 120. So as soon as I finish, I am actually going to go for a swim. I have a little bit of insulin on board, so this should come down. I ate a whole bunch of almond butter with a little bit of dark chocolate about 2 hours ago. So obviously the protein and fat and the little bit of carb in that is causing a little persistent high end of normal for me. So once I go swim in the pool a little bit, well, I just came down 1 point. That's good, 129. It's for those of you that work with me know that one of my favorite ways to get a high down when you have insulin on board is to go exercise a little bit. Now, my point that I wanted to expand on today is, I don't have a lot of insulin on board. I think I probably have about 1 unit. I don't use a pump. I'm actually on shots. I like old school. So I don't have the exact number, but I can think about how many, units I took in the past 3 hours, which is not that many, perhaps 1 or 2. So I don't have a lot on board. And frankly, I'm not going to go do a big workout. I'm just going to do like a 5-10 minute swim so I can get my 130 back down to 80. And my point today, though, is when you are working out and you're doing your big workout for the day, or you're doing your big gym or walk or bike or whatever you love to do, it's best not to have a lot of insulin on board. And let me explain to you why. Now, first of all, insulin on board means, right, how much insulin you have in your body. Now, we always need our background insulin. We always need our basal rate. We always need our long-acting, right? You cannot be alive without this background insulin on board. But when it comes to your bolus, right, or your rapid dose that you took, it really does not serve you well to have a lot of that on board. Which means whenever you do a bolus or a shot of rapid, it's going to be in your body for at least 3 hours. It peaks at about anywhere from 30 to 90 minutes, right? Do you know that? It takes at least 30, if not 90 minutes to actually get to its full peak of strength. But then there's that tail that hangs around, right? So when you have all that insulin on board, there's 2 things that are not great that can happen when you exercise. Number 1 is the exercise makes that insulin that much more powerful, and thus greatly increases your chance of going low, right? So this is the thing that drives me crazy about diabetes camps. They feed the kids some high-carb breakfast, they give them tons of insulin, and then they go let them play like crazy all morning, which means all of us staff are going to be feeding them glucose all morning, right? So the more insulin you have on board when you're exercising, the more rapid or bolus, the more likely you'll go low, which is just a headache, right? So why not have some protein-based breakfast or low-carb breakfast? You take just a tiny bit of insulin and you dramatically lower your chance of going low. So that's great. But I'm not talking about my actual topic yet, right? My topic is, does insulin make us fat? Well, if you have a lot of insulin on board when you're exercising, you're actually not going to be able to really get the full benefit of weight loss from your workout. Because, let me explain. When the body has a lot of insulin on board, that tells the body you just ate. That tells the body that you are in a fueling state, that you're supposed to be taking nutrients in. And the body doesn't want to be taking nutrients in and at the same time burning fat, right? Those 2 things you can't like inhale and exhale at the same time. You either are inhaling in, bringing food in, or you're exhaling, burning calories and working out. or losing weight, right? So it also improves weight loss if you don't have a lot of insulin on board. Not to mention that you won't go low, so you don't have to eat a bunch of extra food. I mean, I spent my whole childhood a little chunky, to be honest, I think, because I was constantly eating when I worked out, and it was really frustrating as a teenage girl to feel like I worked out harder than anybody I knew and still felt like I was chunky, because I literally would eat, 500, 600, 700 calories just to avoid going low, because I didn't know how to, exercise without going low and not having to eat a lot. So to me, what I just shared with you is absolutely life-changing. I have a full course on this called Mastering Your Blood Sugar with Exercise that, if you want to learn more, would be a great choice. It's on my website, which is drjodynd.com. And I just want I want you all to know how to do this when it comes to exercise. So you don't have to keep worrying about going low. You don't have to keep thinking you have to bring your whole kitchen with you. And so you also understand there's sometimes exercise can make you go high, right? So what? Yeah. So check out my course if you'd like to learn more. And I put my heart and soul into these courses because I'm really passionate about helping us with type 1, because I feel like a lot of us haven't been trained very well. I mean, I have patients in 15 different countries, and they all tell me that. It's very common for us to feel like, I just don't feel like I have enough information to know how to not be on a roller coaster, right? So if you're feeling that way, you're not alone. Okay, let's see what Maureen said. Successfully completed my first hike in Colorado mountains this week without going high or low, thanks to you, Dr. Jody. Would never have attempted this before working with you. Oh, thanks, Maureen. I'm so glad you found me. So you could have that same result. So check out, there's a fly, check out drjodynd.com, and there's a class called Mastering Your Blood Sugar with Exercise, all right? So I'll be doing these, I don't know for how many more weeks. I've been doing them for, a long time now. This is like Facebook Live number 88, I think. So I love helping all of you with type 1. We deserve a happy and healthy life. You deserve to know what you're doing and wake up with a perfect blood sugar level and have less highs and lows. So check out my website for lots of resources. Be sure to sign up for my newsletter, and have a great day. I will see you tomorrow, this time right around 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. Bye for now.